Test, test, test. Got my audio sound. Okay. Audio sound good. All right. So we've been kind of teeter-tottering around with this painting here. Well, drawing, I'll say. All right, turn this down. So we will take our brush, grab some black, turn the size up a little bit. I'm gonna try to go around some of the edges around the arm and kind of clean some of these up. These edges are a little like hazy. We'll try to clean that up a bit. I'm gonna grab this. This is a bit more of a blunt brush. Wherever it goes, that's what it paints. I gotta be careful when shaping this up here. I should have grabbed a larger brush so I could have a little bit more control, but I guess this should be fine. I feel like this is in black all about right there. I guess I can come further down. I can redo that area. Just trying to sharpen up a lot of these edges that I got going on here. So let me zoom in here. Give myself as much working room as possible. Like playing myself. Like this is not black though. There we go. That's black. I feel like it was like a dark red. Uh, and that zooming in, that definitely helps me out a lot. Getting like a lot of them fine edges. So we'll come in here and smooth a lot of these edges out. Right. Let me try and use my pen here. Use this pen to make it a little easier. Like the pen sometimes help me in some situations and not in others. What's going on, Will? Welcome to the stream over doing a little bit of doodling on the computer right now. I've been messing around with this digital art, man, and it's new to me. It's a little different, but it's pretty cool. I've been kind of getting the hang of it a little bit. But we're trying to doing some cleaning up on this picture here. Um, I could probably add a little bit more shadow in here. So we will switch the brushes. We'll grab a softer brush. Actually, we'll come and fix this little area up over here in a little bit. We'll grab a airsoft brush. Make this a little bit larger. We'll just come darken up this area a little bit. Soften up on the brush. Switch up the color just a little bit, add a little more flesh tone to that. Darken that up. Sort of add a little bit more of a shadow to that area. And then I can come down here, have my blending brush, just lightly blend that together, get rid of some of them harsh lines. Lightly blend that together, not too bad. Good to have gotten a notification. Neat. Nothing but love and respect. Man, heartbreak for A24. I know, man. We definitely lost a good one. I know my brother, he was a huge KB fan, so I know it hit home for him. Um, I actually was meaning to do a picture like this for a while, but I just kept, forgetting to get around to it. Maybe I'll probably throw a little bit of a shadow on this side too. So we'll grab this particular color in and with the airbrush tool. Come down here, add a little bit of a darker tone there. And then we'll grab black, drop the size on this, and we'll come in a little closer down here. Darken it in a little bit more. We'll kind of fan it out. Right there. Then grab our blending tool. Do the same thing, just kind of soften those lines up. Too bad right there. Not too bad. My day been pretty chill. I was working on this picture a little earlier, working on the face. Because I for some reason the nose I was struggling with the nose earlier, and I was wanting to get his face a little bit more together. Um, for this to be freehand, it's not too bad. I kind of wish I would have done a little bit better with the head shape and the eyes. I feel like the eyes are a little off, but for freehand computer drawing, I ain't complaining. That's not too bad, and I can live with that. Jersey looks pretty good. I'm gonna add a few more details into the jersey in a little while, but yeah, we can rock and roll with this. Got the edges cleaned up a little bit. I want to clean up the edges on his jersey right around here. So what I would probably need to do, I can actually just add that purple outline to the outside to kind of clean it up. So we'll come over here, we'll select purple, and we'll darken it up to match the Lakers purple. Come about right there. We'll grab the airbrush tool and we'll drop the size on it significantly. We'll come here and we'll just come down that edge to kind of lock in that yellow, and so it won't be so fuzzy and hazy around the edges. Kind of go around that edge a little bit. Too bad, not too bad. Uh, hey, what's up? What's up, Indecents? They're listening and cooking. I got you. I got you. I'm just over here doing a little bit of doodling. Do 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 do. I did a little video earlier just talking about the importance of um not hiding behind the fragrance. So on this channel, of course, we got various types of content. You're gonna start seeing more art content come up a little bit more. This is actually my very first love, which is art. And I haven't done it in a while, so I'm gonna be getting back into this more and more uh in the coming months. But I was talking about the fragrance community and how it seems like sometimes we can kind of hide behind some of our fragrances when we're dealing with things in life. We're dealing with certain issues instead of us actually confronting those issues sometimes, uh and being let me try to get actual black, and so that was like red. Instead of us actually confronting those issues, we'll just buy fragrances. And everybody doesn't do that, but I can see a few people within the community that sort of does that. You'll see people just doing huge hauls and things like that, fragrance after fragrance after fragrance, purchase after purchase, and like it seemed like people are just sort of running away from their problems by, just by going to a fragrance. And it's a safe addiction to have. You're not harming anyone, you're not putting yourself in any bodily harm. So it's good in that regard, but I think sometimes it can become a little unhealthy financially, especially if you have a taste for three, four, $500 fragrances and you're doing hauls and to where you're spending a decent grip each trip. Oh, see that boy how I rhyme that? You ain't peeped the rhyming skills. You know what I'm saying? You're spending a nice grip each trip. That just slid off my lip. That could become a problem. And just be wanting us to be aware of what we're doing. Make sure that we're not dealing with certain pain. I know with me, when I first got into the fragrance community, that's what I was doing. I was dealing with, some forms of just being bored, maybe some levels of depression, maybe. And I love fragrances, so it was an easy go-to. And but it was an unhealthy go-to if you're not being real with yourself and addressing the issues. It can become an unhealthy go-to. And so I was just buying, you find yourself not really satisfied, you know. Soon as you get one fragrance, you're right back on the internet looking at some more. You just bought a fragrance, ain't really spent that much time with it. Having fragrances in my collection that I ain't even using. All of that stuff is just unhealthy. And okay, so right here on his jersey, talking about the drawing here, got like a little shirt here. So I'm gonna come about right here and create that black shirt going into the inside of his jersey where that dark orange is. So this part actually makes some sense. And not just got some random stuff happening here. So let's go ahead and create that. And then the shirt has a little bit of a gray right here, if you can see where my cursor is. So we're going to create that effect as well. So we'll come here, we'll grab this brush, we will grab the color black. We're going to increase this size a little, and we'll come about right, I'll say about right here. And drop the size down some so I can be a little more precise here. So it'll be about right there. Drop the size down just a little bit more. And it's going to sort of come upwards like that. So we'll do that. Fill this in a little bit more. And I can clean up these edges a little bit with whatever color is around it. Okay. Don't look too bad. So what I'll do in order to clean this little outer edge up, I'll come here to the color selector. Whatever color I've painted in this area, I can select that and use that to sort of clean up that edge. So I want to create a blunt edge to where it's really nice and neat. Come right here. Now it is a little obnoxious how that looks. So instead of keeping it that way, I'll just come here to my blending tool and then just sort of blend that out and soften that up. And just gently come with the blending here. Perfect. And then I can blend that in with the rest of the tones that I have already established on the arm. Perfect. Now, up here in this section, I want to do the same thing. I come to my color selector, select that color, select the brush, and I'll grab that same tool with the real harsh line. And I want to zoom in a little bit. so that way I can get a clean, flush touch on here. About the size down. I may have came a little too far down. That should be okay though. Okay, yeah, that's good. And so now we got the black t-shirt up under the jersey. And I can actually come in here and make this a darker shade of orange to show just a little bit more depth. So we'll select that same orange and we'll come down here to this gradient on this wheel and we'll darken that and select a darker orange. We'll come to our airbrush tool and we'll see on the picture where it darkens at. Darkens up right around here. Create just a little bit of, movement in that jersey. Fan that out a little bit on towards this way. Too much. Too bad. And there's actually a part here where it gets a little lighter as well. So we'll grab that, drop this size down. And I want to say right here, you get like a little bit of a lighter streak of orange that comes up. Not too bad. Kind of fan that out a little bit, soften that edge. It's good stuff right there. And then we'll come and press down a little bit harder to get it just a little brighter, not too much. There's not a lot of light on the inside part of that. We'll just create just a little bit of movement in there. So like, see, now that looks totally different. Now it actually looks like we got some movement going on. It actually looks like the inside of his jersey. That's pretty cool. So the little black t-shirt part, we want to work on that and create a little bit of movement there as well. Real simple. Same step. We'll select black. We'll come up and just sort of brighten that and just create just a little bit of movement on that portion of the shirt. So it won't just look like a flat black surface. And just gently come in and just add a little bit of movement. So it's a little darker up under there because that's where the shirt's covering it, casting that shadow. We'll leave that be. It's a little lighter right around here. So we'll just press down a little bit more right in that section. Okay. Come down with a bit more there. And then we're gonna drop the size a little bit, switch back to black. And then we're gonna come and just sort of create that sort of edge that's on the outskirt of that, on the outer part of that shirt, that black shirt. Not perfect, but not too bad. Just creating just a little bit of a detail here, making it look like it's somewhat of a shirt. And then I can grab this and then just lightly soften up some of those lines. Not too much because I still want it to look shirt, to look like that's perfect. It kind of smooths it out a little bit. That's perfect. Yep. And it goes from like just this plain flat black surface to it actually got a little bit of movement, some details in there. That's awesome. I like that. It looks good. Let's see here. So out here on the outer part of the arm, for the most part, you won't be able to tell right away, but when you zoom in, you can. So we don't want that. And we'll select our black color. We'll select this tool here. And actually, we can probably just fade it out without trying to re-go over this with black. But I'm going to try and go over this real gently. And then we're going to try to recreate this blue light behind it since we had to ruin it. All right, not bad. Grab our blending brush. And we're just going to soften up that line. Good, good. And we're going to grab our color select tool so we can select that exact same color for that light. We're going to select our airbrush tool, increase the size. Perfect. And just sort of replace that light that was right there. We're going to come in softly and create that haze right around that light bulb or that blue light, because most lights are going to have like a little bit of haze, and then the background is sort of blurred, so whatever light is in the background is going to have like a little haze going, and that's perfect. Zoom back out, and let's do a side-by-side comparison. It's not looking too bad. It's not exactly like it, but it's pretty close, and I'm not too upset about that, you know. Especially for me to have drawn this on computer, freehand. Um, haven't done this in a while. Not too bad. One thing I do notice too is that the letters or the numbers that I have on Kobe is like bright white, and on the original picture there's a little bit of a haze over it. It's almost like a grayish yellow. So let's try and capture that. So move this back over to the side. Oh, come on. Sit there. All right. So we are going to grab the airbrush, of course. We're going to drop the opacity down some. We're going to select, we'll select this orange color here. And then we'll try to find a way to mute that color a little bit. We'll mute it out with a little bit of gray. About right there. Make sure that opacity is down. Increase the brush size. And then we're going to gently go over these letters if we can. I want to make sure I don't go too into everything else. Just kind of darken it up a little bit. Go over these numbers. I darken it up a little. It's not too bad. It's just, you know, not too bad. I could have did better with that. Okay. I want to do the Lakers letters, but man, I'm scared to. I know it's gonna be a task trying to do these. All right, so these are a bit darker, so we'll come down here and just change that hue a little bit. We'll keep the airbrush tool. We'll drop the size on this hit a little bit. Let's try it. And this is not going to be good. Filling in is going to be difficult and trying to keep everything within that line. You look at that, already messing it up. That's all right. We can come back and kind of clean things up a little bit. It's a little easier when certain things are more abstract, but when things are like dead set and it has to be and look a certain way or a certain shape, it gets tough. I can kind of wing it with some aspects of this picture. There were some aspects that I won't be able to. Okay, that doesn't look as bad. Let's head on over to the A and try to get it going. Bring that down to about there, I guess. That over. We'll try to keep a fair amount of space in between that top and lower part of that A. Bring this down some. Draw that over. This part a little bit well. Okay, it's not looking terrible, but yeesh. All right. The K isn't as thick as I have it, so I may be able to modify it a little because it's not supposed to be as thick so far as the reference of the picture. It will come about right here instead of that full length. Connect that down there. And then I can come up right from here, right on over here a little bit. Hopefully I didn't just mess that up. I'm gonna come down here, bottom portion of the K. Ooh, I think I may have messed. How's it looking? How's it looking? We're gonna try to wing it. Try to wing it. And the E. So the E should be pretty quick because of how these letters are bent on this jersey. We'll come down. And I didn't really draw the outline for the E. So this is going to be interesting. Round that bottom portion to make it like part of the shirt. It's working some kind of way. It's like barely working, but it's kind of happening here. We kind of got a Laker logo here. Um, Working on the R. I think I might be doing too much on that one. Okay. I guess this is the S. I guess that's the S. Goodness, Mike, what is this? It's yeah, that S is like, ugh. I don't know about that S, yo. It don't like it belong. We're gonna try to wing it though. We're gonna try to wing that. Listen, it is what it is. I fill that in a little bit more. Drop that down. Um, Transit. All right, so we're gonna try to trace over these letters with the white color here. Just sort of kind of block these letters in because some of them are a little wonky. Okay. I'm gonna try and go around these gently as possible, not to mess them up too much. It ain't looking too bad. Could be worse. Could be much worse, so not too bad. For the A, it does have an outline on the inside, so we'll drop the size down just a little bit so I can get some detail on the inside of this A without covering the whole thing. Okay, that's close enough. Uh-oh, see, I got a little happy on that one. Size just a little bit. Slowly come up, over, up, and on the top, come down. Okay. Come around the R. This S might be a little tricky. I don't know if I'll be able to get the S too. Okay, so the letters aren't looking too bad. Looking at it on here, it's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. I thought it would be like way worse. Oh, that ain't necessarily on the letter like that. On the bottom of the K, coming down. Like I'm kind of rushing, so let me try and do this right. Make sure I ain't rushing the two up. See, all off to the side there. And it's weird because certain angles, it's really hard to get control of this pen. But trying to use the mouse, you just better off using the pen because the mouse is gonna mess you up. Okay, so now I gotta get some inside work on these letters. Coming up. Okay. Click on the E. Try to tighten up whatever mistakes I was making in here. And with the letters being like this, I can kind of, it kind of gives me a little bit of room, a little wiggle room to mess up. Because of just how the letters are made and done. And then got this inner part of the letter. And that might be, let me get this outside of this S here. So I keep forgetting to zoom in, and that zooming in helps me out like a ton. Keep forgetting that aspect. Gives me way more room to work and makes things a lot easier for me. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. That's not looking too bad, man. Got some nice detail in there. Actually looks like we got somewhat of a Kobe Bryant standing right here. Either Kobe Bryant or a sleepy Amari Stoudemire. May need to work on his tat. I want to say that says Vanessa on his arm, and like the crown has like butterflies for some of the peaks on the crown. I don't know what else is on that tattoo though. We'll try to capture some of that. Now with the tattoo, it's not going to be black. It's going to be like a bluish gray or a bluish greenish gray. I don't know if I can get all three of those colors in one palette. So we might have to go like a bluish gray or go green and go on top of it with like a dark bluish gray and try to paint that in. That is going to be right around here on the bicep. So I guess we can try it. We'll grab. I want to grab the airbrush tool. No. We'll grab the pencil. We'll increase the size. Not that much. That's small. That's cool. We'll increase the size. We'll select black. Actually, we'll mute that blue a little bit, and then we'll hit it a little darker here. But I wonder how would the green look if I did the green. Go green. Mute. Kind of bring it up, darken it. Something like that. And then down here, sort of gray it a little bit more. Okay. Not slightly. Because on the arm, it's not really black. It's more so like a gray. I don't want to hit it with just a straight up gray color like that. All right, so right around here, we'll come with that. That's going to come like over the other part of the butterfly wing. So this is a little thick. We'll drop this thickness down some. Trace back. I like the way this pencil uh, effect looks. Looks pretty cool. Still should be a little bit lighter, but will rock with that. We'll come down. Go to the other portion of the crown. Come on, I hate when it does that. Trace that random line for no reason. Come up. There. And then come up here. Come down. Slant. Try to come across. Sort of upwards. Up it. Upward. That's it. All right, so I can increase the size a little. This, that in the middle, a little bit dark. In this pad. Stopped in for a minute to say what up. Hope you're having a good night. Finally got my Ouveni by Frank Olivier in the mail today from frankwas.net. Love it. Your review was spot on. Oh man, I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, that Ouveni it's pretty good. It's really smooth, got like a smoldery, boozy sort of vanilla. Really good stuff, man. You'll love that. It's perfect for the winter, perfect for the fall, date night. That's gonna be excellent. Let me know how the wife likes it. Yeah, raspberry note with that unlist note of oud is phenomenal, for real, for real. Love it. And my new favorite scent in the collection for sure. Pics looking good. Oh yeah, man. Uh this is where we're at right now. Let me pull this one back for comparison. So yeah, man, it's coming along. Coming along pretty good. What you think? Coming along pretty good. It's weird. It reminds me of looking at like a 2K picture or something like that. It's just a little more cartoony. All right. So right now we're still working on this portion of the tattoo, and I'm trying to make it look match the tone, the color of it a little bit. Get the tones together. Mm-mm. So for sure, bro. We'll definitely let you know what the wife thinks. Yeah, it's looking back, bro. You got some skills. Appreciate it, man. Listen, I was over here, I was over here fumbling at first. I got the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. But it's coming together a little bit. Like I said, it's the first time in a while, just kind of practicing and messing around with it and seeing how can we make it look decent. I'm gonna come in and try to soften up some of the edges on this tat so that it's not looking so drawn on. I look a little more relaxed. I noticed that on his skin, the tat doesn't necessarily look black. It looks more so like a grayish, bluish, greenish because of how long that tat has been there. It sort of grays out a little bit more, loses some of that pigment. And then just on the picture, it has like some hints of white in there, as far as the shadows, like this grayish, bluish sort of vibe. So I was trying to flesh this thing out as realistic as I could. Softly going in here with a blending brush, trying to soften up a lot of these harsh edges and lines without messing up the tat completely. I'm crazy, but my wife was watching your live with me last night. We was talking about you or your channel. What is your name? I couldn't find anything on your profile. Nowhere. I just go by King Nappy on YouTube. You get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble. That's just pretty much what I go by. Yeah. Uh, that look too bad. It looks a little on top of the skin. But I guess it ain't too bad. We'll lightly come around these edges and just dab. Try to dab some of these edges and make it a little more blended. There we go. Kind of fade that part. It doesn't really come down that far. Then we'll grab our color selector tool. Select that. We'll select our airbrush. Actually, we'll select, yeah, the airbrush is fine. And we'll come and create some of those holes in that tat that I see towards the bottom. One last one. Perfect. There's a little sort of line thing going on right here. Come in that. Right? No, maybe need to make that thinner. We'll back that out. Drop this line size down. So try that again. Ooh, nope. That ain't it either. Let's try it again. Oh, we may just come in with did you get my comment on your all fragrance review yesterday? I got that Michael Jordan legend yesterday at TJ Maxx here in Nashville. It's fire. Yeah, I think I thought I commented back on it. Yeah, yeah, I might try out that legend one day. See what that's all about. Uh yeah, I'm gonna check it out on fragrance.net, see what they got. fill in this little area right here. Boom. Oh man, see. I gotta try it again. It's hard to get that angle on this drawing pad. Okay, that's a little bit. It's hard getting them details. Try it down here again. In the bag from. There we go. I'll check in a few minutes to see if you commented back. Ain't checked my notifications yet. You'll love it though if you like me and sucker for coffee scents. Yeah, I'll check it out on fragrance.net pretty in a little while. Appreciate it. Okay. That ain't looking too bad. I see up close it like it was getting on my nerves, but far back, it actually ain't too bad. I think I came up a little far on the tattoo on this side, but I can live with that. Now I just gotta get the lower part of the tattoo down here, or the little bit that I can't see. That's not bad. I'm feeling it. Alrighty. That might be it for this particular video. Might call that, I wanna call that a day. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out, just chilling out with me for a little while. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll be doing more videos like these, doing some art streams and things like that, and just practicing on some digital art, and maybe even some traditional painting art as well. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch